Hello everyone, my name is Danielle, and I'm going to be showing you how to do your own envelope. First, you'll need a template. Something to go by depending on what kind of envelope that you want. That is entirely up to you. There are so many of them out there that it'll probably take forever for you to find one. I have so many that I like, but I don't know, I really can't decide what my favorite one is. So I'm going to do this one here, and basically this one ends up looking like this. It's a very, very nice one, and it's perfect for like gifts and things like that around the holidays, and it's actually getting pretty close to Christmas right now, so hopefully this will help some of you out. And I have all different kinds of paper to do it with. And if you hear jingling in the background, that is my cat. I think I will just do another one with the same paper. So as you can see, I traced and then cut it out, and end result. And the glue that I'm using, a lot of people like to use double stick tape, but I'm not really a fan of it. I can say at one point I used to be, but that was because, I don't know, glue was really, really messy. The Elmer's glue I don't really care for. I know a lot of people like it. I am not one of those people. But I do still have my double-sided tape. It just doesn't work as well. So I would recommend using glue. That's just me. But I have this tacky glue. And I like this because it's not super runny like Elmer's glue, but mine is kind of old, so I don't know if maybe that's the reason why it's like that. I'm not sure. You're gonna probably want a ruler because we have to score the flaps on the envelope, and of course a pair of scissors. And I have an extremely old letter opener and a pencil. So we'll go on ahead and get started. Also, if anybody has any suggestions on making YouTube videos, I am so game for that, because this is my very, very, very first one. So I am kind of nervous because I am not used to recording myself at all. Anyway, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to trace all around the template that I made. And like I said, you can get these online. A lot of mine I created by myself. Of course, it took a while of getting used to how the whole thing worked. It doesn't look complicated when you're seeing other people do it, but then when you get right down to it, it's like, oh crap. But anyways, this is one that I created myself because I wanted a envelope that was this kind of a design, but just like a little bit smaller. So that's where this idea came from, and I guess it's maybe a little bit over half, but I am making a few memory boxes, which hopefully, if this video works and I'm happy with it, I will be doing a tutorial on how to do those boxes, and I use cigar boxes for that. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to cut out our template. or template tracing, I guess. And I don't know any other way to hurry this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it as close as you can, and that will be good enough. Sorry for the noise. I'm trying to hurry, but I'm trying to get it on the lines. My light is somewhat limited, and hopefully, I don't think that this needs to get on the camera, but hopefully I have the camera set up enough so that everybody can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, and if you hear random sounds in the background, as I said, that's my cat. He likes to get in on the fun, so it is to be expected. Alright, so I've almost got it cut out. And I probably should have traced a little bit darker because I can barely see it. Okay, so here is the finished product right here. And I usually take like the tiny little scraps here and throw these ones away. But with like this extra paper, you can always do like a miniature envelope. So I would save that if I were you. Okay. And we're going to, as you can see, these are the flaps. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to take your ruler, and there's a lot of traffic. I'm on a main road, so I apologize. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And you want to take your ruler and place it right on the edge there. And what I use, because I do not have a scoring board, which I am planning on getting one, so that I don't have to use this anymore. But you don't want to cut it, but this one's really, really dull, so I can use this. And I'm not sure of anything else that is good to use if yours is too sharp and it cuts the paper. But I don't know if you can see that, but you score it just a little bit right here, and then it's easier to bend. And so you're going to want to do that for each and every flap. That way it's easier to bend, and since you use the ruler to do that, it makes it completely straight. And it is just so much easier to do it that way, because I don't know about anybody else, but I'm terrible at trying to bend things and keep it straight. It just does not work for me. And this letter opener is actually, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a little bit bent up. So when I turn around and bend the little flaps up, I use the end of it just to do this, get it nice and straight, and make sure that it's not ballooning off, the paper isn't ballooning out. So it bends a lot nicer when you do it this way. Accidentally, okay, I got it. I got a little bit worried there. Alright, and then the top one. Just like that. And then, before you start gluing, you just want to make sure, this mat is so old, so it moves all over the place. Make sure that it looks exactly how you want it to look, just in case these edges are going out too much. This one is a little bit, but that's no big deal. Nobody's really going to notice that. But the point is that it looks halfway decent, right? Alright, so you're going to turn around and you're going to glue the sides right here, and be very, very careful so that you do not get glue on the inside. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm just kind of gluing the edges right here, and very thin. Put the cap back on. Now you can do this, hold these down, and then start from the bottom and pinch it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on. Pinch it at the bottom here first, then go out and in. This is the best way to do it so that it doesn't glue like more to one side and then you have to turn around and you have to push it back. If you have to do that, then chances are you're going to get glue on the inside of the envelope and it's going to glue the envelope shut. Don't want to do that. And that is how you do your envelope. Now, I didn't put any measurements on here because when I was doing my templates, I didn't take measurements, but it all depends on what kind of an envelope that you want. But the general rule is just however, whatever design that you want, you can, you can go by just the envelopes, just any envelope in general, really. It has a pretty much a main square in the middle, and then if you can just envision it, then you'll be able to see that, you'd fold the sides up and then the big one right here, right? And you just kind of got to get a visual of it. I don't know, it's hard to explain. All of mine that I did were not measured. So that's the only thing that I guess is going to be the tricky part about my envelope tutorial, because I just kind of, I know what I like visually, so I'm able to write it down, and it doesn't really require any measurements. So yeah, I don't really do any of that. There's also, you can get like an envelope, like let's say from the store like this, and you can turn around and you can open it from the seams here and spread it out and then trace around it too. A lot of people have done that on YouTube, I've noticed, and that seems to work really well. And I recommend doing it on like cardstock, or something that's thicker, that's gonna hold up for a while, or you can use contact paper or like laminating paper to keep it straight around the edges, because over time, of course, it's going to get a little bit tattered, but there's like so many different designs you can do. This one still needs to dry, but there's this one, this is like a coin one, and I have like a little square one, and then here's my favorite. It's like a miniature business envelope. It's like my favorite. And then I made one that's a little bit of a box, and I'll do a video on that one sometime. Like I said, if this one does well, and like I love this paper. I love paper. Like there's like so many different cool things that you can do with it, and I think the only other one that I have is, well, I have two. I have this one that I made, and I have this one, which I really like a lot. So that's my tutorial on envelopes. You just kind of got to get an idea of the look that you want and write it down. I guess like open all the seams of the envelope in your brain and just kind of put it on paper, and you'll do like a few touch-ups and stuff like that, but you'll get it. But there's a lot of different ways to do them. It's just that everybody has their own way that they like to do it that's easier for them. So I hope that this video was helpful. Write in the comments if there's any suggestions as to how to make my videos better. And lastly, I want to give a shout out to Emmymade in Japan. I watch her videos a lot. She does like a lot of food tasting, candy, gourmet foods, and she does like that little jungle stand thing. I think she's absolutely amazing. She's adorable. She's so much fun to watch, and she makes you hungry when you watch her. But I hope to get the credit, or at least the same kind of credit that she does for her videos and stuff like that. Only mine with crafting, obviously, but the same kind of follow-up that she gets by everybody. I absolutely love her. I think she's awesome, and so yeah, so that's my shout out to her. Hello. And I love your videos, and I am a subscriber, and yeah, so help me out to make my videos better, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye.